Hello everyone, this is Fi. We're going to check out Black Knight Zero. This is a game I played a couple of times in the past. I think it's been in development for a long time, but kind of slowly progressing. So I've got some older videos. I didn't even know that this was still in development, but it's kind of a nice surprise to see it showing up again. So we're going to give it a shot, see if we can give some useful feedback. I've got this game page open here. It says Black Knight Zero Demo 3. I'm not sure if it was called Black Knight Zero before. I think it had like a different name. Some mecha, like generic mecha combat working title, I don't know. This is latest demo of my project. Most notable changes from last time: reworked combat, new character rig, and animation, switched over to Unity's HDRP. And it goes on to list controls: WASD to move, space to boost, left right mouse to shoot, Q or E to switch weapons, F to switch targets, mouse wheel to adjust the camera. Alright, so WASD spacebar, left and right mouse button, and then Q and E for both for weapon switching, F for target switching, and then mouse wheel. Alright, so those are relatively standard buttons to go for this control configuration. I'm not seeing anything past the screen here. Let's go ahead and click on options. Looks like kind of a nice looking menu so far. I'm assuming. Oh, I can change this. This looks kind of grayed out, so I kind of thought that this wasn't going to work because the text is kind of light, I guess. But I guess it does. Looks like enemy damage, enemy defense, ally damage, ally defense, player damage, player defense. Interesting that we can tweak these all individually. It's kind of cool for sort of an early version of the game. I don't know if this is intended for like the late version or whatever. Sorry if you hear any notification sounds here. I have someone talking to me here. I don't think. Hey, let me try this. Maybe that'll help. We'll see. Alright, battle size. Enemy group max size 10. This goes all the way up to 50. Interesting. So this is kind of cool for for testing purposes. Let's go ahead and check out graphics, resolution, anti-aliasing. Might be nice to try that, I guess. Anisotropic filtering. Graphic quality very low. For all I know, this might not even work at this point, but I don't know. There's no like apply or anything in here, so maybe these don't even work for all I know. But it does appear to be in borderless windowed mode, which means that we're going to get a little bit of input lag. Mouse sensitivity, that's important to have. Sound here. I guess I just click the X. I don't know if any of those applied. But yeah, I always like to ask for options for exclusive full screen mode so that I can get less latency, particularly when there's like mouse aiming involved. From what I understand, it works. That particular aspect of running games works a little differently on like Windows 10 versus earlier versions where I'm running Windows 7. So we've got this guy, he's kind of looking at the ground here. It doesn't look like any anti-aliasing is being applied here. Just eyeballing it. Close game down at the bottom left, battle size, small, medium, big. I guess I can, oh, okay. Long range. Combat rifles and long range missiles allow for effective long range engagements. Melee, close combat loadout with 2 blades but no ranged weapons, powerful and fast but difficult to control. Assault, equipped for close to mid-range combat with 2 assault rifles and 2 multi-missile launchers. So this is pretty cool. Instead of fiddling with a bunch of different options, we can just choose a loadout here. Right, so I guess we're going to start with, I think this is kind of the default one. I don't know if that's meaningful, but I guess we could start with this. I'm just going to go ahead and click on start. Okay, so we've got, whoa. Alright, so camera's very up close. I guess the scroll wheel. Alright, so this takes a long time. I have to like, I'm sure you can hear in the recording here how much I have to spin the scroll wheel to get it to go in and out, so I would tweak that. This guy's hammering into me. I'm not really interested in trying to win at this point. Spacebar is going to boost me around. It appears, I mean, I'm not really trying that much, but it appears like it's going to be a bit hard to avoid this damage consistently. Now, how did I destroyed get up into the air before? Click on restart. Something just launched me up in the air. I don't think there's a... Oh, okay, so in the top right there's some controls listed. All of this white UI is of course being completely washed out by this like really bright background. It might not look as bad to you, whoever is watching this, as it does to me, because my monitor doesn't handle stuff in like the near white realm very well in terms of like differentiating between stuff. So I can still see the text against that background, but it's really quite hard. So if I do this, it's easier. If I look at the ground. W student. So this is the same as before, of course, but F to target nearest enemy. Tab closes this. That's nice. Q and E. Space to boost. So if I'm just standing neutral and hit space, it doesn't do anything, of course. If I'm pressing a direction, I can boost in any direction, it seems. So the camera seems way too zoomed in by default, and all the way out isn't that far out. I mean, it seems okay like this, but kind of makes me wonder if you might want to even tweak the ranges of that a bit so you can zoom out a bit further. I guess F is targeting. So when I hold one of the buttons, the mouse buttons, I assume it's shooting. Okay, if I kind of look like that, like point the camera down to the ground like this, I can see him. Oh, he shoots at the ground. Okay, I can see him raising his guns, but there's no audio or anything, so it's a bit hard to tell you're even shooting anything, and I can't really see the projectiles coming out because there's, apart from stuff being kind of washed out in general, there's so many projectiles and stuff on the screen already, I can't really tell that mine are doing anything here. It's a little funny how if you don't have an enemy targeted, he apparently just shoots the ground when you click. But yeah, it's really hard to tell that your weapons are doing anything. And I guess the red ones are going to be enemies, red or blue. So I keep hitting F, and it's not like switching targets. I guess it's trying to like target the nearest. Yeah, okay, so F to target nearest enemy. I mean, maybe that's just temporary. Oh, I can jump with the shift key. Okay, so that wasn't, it's not listed in the buttons here. So yeah, I don't know if that's like a temporary solution, but I would definitely want to change that, because like, for instance, if I'm, in this case, I was facing these two enemies and I was like spamming the F key and I couldn't actually lock onto them because I was locked onto someone that was behind me, wasn't even on the screen. I don't think this is a good enough solution for this kind of thing, because you really need to be able to lock onto like something you're kind of aiming at, or at least the ones that you want to shoot at, you know, not just whatever the game decides is nearest, because that's not very helpful. So I'm just kind of holding, I don't know if I hold or press, like click repeatedly. I think it's just hold down the button here. So we can change direction quite rapidly with the boosting here. It's quite hard to do with keyboard controls. Like in theory, it might end up that like doing this kind of thing ends up being really good against something in the game. I don't know. Excuse me, but it kind of requires a lot of dexterity to do that with like with the WSD and the spacebar all in that left hand. If this was like a gamepad or something, that would be a little easier to pull off. So I'm not sure if that would be something to consider. So just to explain a little bit more what I mean by that is maybe, like if that does end up being optimal in some way, you might want to even consider like making that not possible. So it's not like a part of the game anymore, because, so what I mean by not possible would be like a little timing delay or something between when you can change directions or boost again or something like that. Things like that. You can add these little delays in so that the most optimal way to play isn't really annoying or really hard. That can be a good thing to do. But that might be something to consider later, I don't know. As of right now, I don't really know how to approach the combat. Like, okay, I can press F and then I can hold down the mouse buttons. I don't really see what my weapons are doing. I'm supposedly have long-range weapons with my loadout, but I can't get any sense of what the weapons are doing, and therefore I can't really get a sense of how to use them differently. And it's just like, okay, I can click one or the other. This guy's busy, so I'm not being shot at back. I'm being shot by other things here, though. Again, like the guy that's shooting at me, I can't target him because the game decides that he's not the closest enemy. So that's a bit rough. Wonder if, like, if I turn around so that the closest enemy is behind me and I start shooting, what happens? Like, I'm clicking. I guess my guns aren't doing anything. I don't know. I don't know what happens in that case. But yeah, I'm not sure what else to do. I can hit the space shift key. Sorry, to launch up in the air here. So there's a little number on this guy. I guess it looks like it's going up. I don't know if that's like velocity or something. Maybe that's debug. Maybe that's distance from me. Okay, I think it's distance. I can't really read the number properly though, unless I like really try to look for it. There's missiles flying around or whatever these are. Grenades or something. So yeah, I don't know what to do with the weapons besides just like hold down the button. You know, lock onto someone and hold down the button. I don't know if there's a way I can move to maximize the chances of it connecting. I don't know if enemies can even die. It's like dudes can die, but it takes a while. So shift key, I don't understand what shift is doing exactly, because sometimes when I press it, it doesn't work. It looks like I can hold it down. So I don't know if this is just not fully implemented yet or something. You kind of expect it would take the same resources, the boosting, right? That's kind of intuitive. But before, like, before I died the last time, I was pressing the shift key a couple times and it didn't seem to do anything. So I don't know if that was some kind of a bug or, you know, who knows? Maybe it's not fully implemented yet. So moving around and like spinning the view around and stuff, that feels pretty cool. But yeah, I don't really know how to approach the combat in any meaningful way. Just kind of hold the button down and try to avoid damage. So again, yeah, so now I can't press shift. Oh, okay, so is it because maybe the EN has to be... Oh, I can do it now. I don't know what... Sometimes the shift doesn't work. I don't know what the deal is with that. I just realized... I don't know why I didn't try this earlier. I just realized you can just hold down the shift key and then like spam A and D without having to press space again every time. I'm sorry, I meant hold down the space bar. So what I said before about it being a bit difficult to do, I was assuming that you had to like press the direction key and then press the space bar and then like release the space bar and then press the next direction and then press the space bar again. Apparently you don't have to do that. You can just hold down the space bar and just do this. So that's like a lot easier. It's a lot easier. So yeah, what else can we do here? I can of course try a different loadout, which I think escape is main menu. Try melee or assault. I'll try assault first. All right. I'm spitting out a lot more bullets, so I can kind of see it a little better, I guess. But like, it kind of looks like when I'm just like boosting around randomly to try and make it presumably harder for the enemy to hit me. It looks like it's harder for me to hit them too, so I don't know how that's supposed to work out. It's like kind of random, just doing random things. I don't know, I think I have 2 of the same weapons. There must be another button. Oh wait, Q and E, I forgot about Q and E. Oh, okay, so there we go, we got whatever this thing is. Shoots missiles. Oh, okay, so Q and E are for like separate, your left and right equipped weapons. So if I press E, it switches the right equipped weapon between what's equipped on the right, and if I press Q, it switches what's equipped on the left. Which is interesting, so I can just pull these out. I don't know how these are meant to be used. Looks like there's a cooldown. And it looks like there's an ammo that gets depleted. Seems to take a while for it to switch. I don't know if that's just the animation or if it's actually functionally like you have to wait that long. And I guess you can't, oh, or can you? I don't know if I press both. Okay, it does look like you can shoot both at once. I just hold down both mouse buttons, which I don't see any reason not to, I guess. Okay. That looked really weird. Not sure what that was. I guess I ran into him or something. So let's try, wait, return. I don't think that does anything. I'm gonna try the long range. That's what I tried before. Let's try melee. 2 blades, no ranged weapons, powerful and fast, but difficult to control. Alright, we're already pretty fast in the first place, so I think we only have 1, so we can't switch. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's trying to lock on. I was wondering why it was like trying to rotate the camera for me, but I guess it was trying to turn towards the enemy, which it doesn't. Like if I'm 180 degrees off, it doesn't really successfully turn towards the enemy. It just kind of partially does. It's interesting. And also, like, he ends up kind of flying sideways compared to where the camera ends up, so that's a little silly. But it seems like this would be pretty easy to use, I guess, in the way it tries to lock on with the movement of the melee weapon here. Where's the nearest enemy? I mean, that feels good, it's fun. It actually feels like I'm doing something, which, like, a lot of the other weapons don't entirely feel that way right now, so that's cool. Not sure how reliable it is. Seems like it's really easy to just, like, fly past the guy, so... Like, as far as I can tell, he's just standing still, so it's kind of weird how... Like, it looks like the game's doing a lot of effort to try and auto-lock on and, like, launch yourself at the enemy, but it's still missing them, so it feels like you're kind of just at the mercy of the game, whether it connects or not. I'm not really sure. So when I'm locked onto an enemy, it turns red. Maybe the red isn't truly meant to indicate the lock-on, because if the camera's kind of not... If the enemy I'm apparently locked onto is off to the side and not in the center of the camera, the little reticle goes back to blue. It makes it hard sometimes for me to understand what I'm even locked onto. So, you know, I would consider changing that a bit, you know, make it more clear what you're actually locked onto, and if they're off screen, it helps, you know, you can put little arrows around the edges of the screen, that kind of thing. So yeah, this is interesting. There's, I think, a lot left to do in order to make the combat feel like you're kind of in control of stuff. But in my opinion, if I can make the suggestion, the first thing I would change about the game here is just the visibility. I don't think you can really focus very well on a lot of this design stuff when it's hard to see what's going on. And for your monitor, things might look very different. You know, who knows how you have it set up? Who knows how the technology in your monitor differs from mine, that kind of thing. But for me, it's very hard to see anything, and I would put that as something that'd be very important to address kind of immediately. It's apparently quite powerful. Can I go downwards? I can't even lock on. Wait, why isn't it locking on? I can't use these in the air. Alright, so it's pretty lame that you can't use the melee attack in the air, I think. I don't know if that's just an oversight or who knows. It's just not implemented yet. But I hope they don't require that you get on the ground, because then it's like you should just never go up in the air. Interesting. So it looks like you can kind of sort of stun lock dudes. That's a friendly. I guess I'm locked onto this guy for some reason. No. I mean, this guy's busy shooting other people anyways. Somebody's shooting at me, and well, no one's shooting at me yet, I guess. Hello. No, hit him. Yeah, see if that would actually hit him. Looks like he pretty much stun locked dudes, so that might be something to consider adjusting. So that maybe that's not possible. I mean, it's kind of fun to do that, but it's also just, you know, you don't want to make it so that there's no challenge to it. I don't know why the heck is everyone over here? Is everyone just like going in this direction for some reason? What's going on? Why are you here? I guess that means all the enemies are dead, which I don't feel like I did anything really to make this happen with any sort of skill or anything. I think that probably the AI dudes did most of it, and I just did whatever the heck, and it just happened that way. So yeah, I don't know. There's much else we can do here. I didn't necessarily try every weapon. I don't think I tried like the long-range missiles. These bad boys. Again, I can't really see very well what it's doing, but it looks like it's homing in, and should there be a cooldown? Trying to look at the UI stuff on the left and the right, but I'm not really getting a sense of what's where the cooldown is on this or whatever. It's like I can shoot them. I guess they just don't work in closer range or something. I think that's the idea behind it. Suggests that I'm supposed to just kind of run away. I don't know. Not sure if there's much else I can give for feedback here, so I'll probably wrap this up. So yeah, as of right now, I mean, it looks pretty cool, and it has some, it feels cool to do some things. You know, just moving around is pretty neat, and the weapons look like they could be satisfying if they were kind of, you know, tuned up a bit, and it's easier to tell what they're doing. I do kind of need to have some sense of idea of like what I'm supposed to be doing to play the game better or worse, rather than just doing random things and hoping for the best, which I'm not really getting at the moment. This guy's just standing still, and I'm just holding down the button and like I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm winning. I don't know what his HP is. It doesn't look like I'm hitting him from all I can tell. There's not a lot of feedback for, there's not really any feedback for when you get hit, so that would be good to add also. Like if I stop moving and look at myself, I can see a little flash when I'm getting shot, but other than that, there's no sound, there's no visual effect when I'm taking damage. So that'd be pretty important to add. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really even know how to kill this enemy with these guns. I'm just holding the button. I guess I can hold both buttons. More enemies. Watching my HP go down. I can kind of try and circle around them, I guess. I don't know. But there's definitely plenty of cool things in here. I just gotta, you know, hopefully work stuff into a bit more functional gameplay, and then I think this could be a lot of fun for sure. So hopefully this video gave you some useful feedback in that regard. And I'm going to wrap it up, but let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.